Here is one of the most overlooked truths in human experience. Humanity argues with what it produces. You see, when you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. There is no debate, there's no confusion, no expectation of a different result, because cause produces effect every time. Yet, when it comes to life, humanity expects different outcomes from causes it continually creates. And that's because for generations, civilization has operated through seeing as believing. The perceptual model that places authority outside the individual defines reality by appearances. And from this model, very specific outcomes are produced: insecurity, instability, dependence, and a loss of authority. And not occasionally, every single time. But instead of recognising the cause, humanity debates the result. Economic instability is analysed, social conflict is analysed, personal insecurity is analysed, solutions are designed, systems are built, policies are introduced. And you know what? The same outcomes return. It's not because life is flawed, though. It's because the cause has never changed, and that's because it's never been identified. You see, under seeing is believing, the effect is always mistaken for the cause. And when the effect is treated as the cause, resolution becomes impossible. Only repetition remains. This is why humanity remains locked in argument. It argues with instability while continuing to create it. It argues with insecurity while reinforcing it. It argues with a loss of control while surrendering authority. This is not philosophical, it is structural. See, a civilization built on seeing is believing has to create instability by default, because it strips power from the individual by default. The model itself produces that as the only outcome. That's why seeing as believing was never designed to reveal true cause, because it is designed to stop you from seeing the role you play in making things happen. It makes cause appear external. And that's how your authority is relinquished. This is how humanity has lived, reacting to unconscious effects it produces, and then engineering solutions to those unconscious effects, and then reliving the same experiences, all the while thinking it is progressing when it's really just looping the same problems. But this is not happening because of a lack of intelligence. It's happening because of a lack of understanding, or more accurately, an incomplete level of understanding, which has now reached its limit, because its consequences are visible everywhere, and those consequences can no longer sustain themselves. The shift now underway, therefore, is not about fixing effects. It's about recognising the true cause of things, because once the true cause is understood, power returns to everyone, because that's the only way anyone can move from a position of power, and that's the only way the incessant arguing ends. So the time has come to stop addressing problems from the surface level. To change anything correctly, change has to be made at the root, which is at the structural level. And that's why it's time to stop using seeing as believing as the system to solve problems, because that was all it was ever designed to do, create them. If you want to understand how this entire structure came into existence, how perception shaped civilization, how attention became misdirected, and why this correction is now inevitable, the full architecture is mapped in the book, The Meaning of Life, not as philosophy, as structure.